Today we are putting a clock to the test. I got exactly 10 minutes to the sketch a realistic apple using nothing but one single charcoal pencil. Alright, let's start. First, I'm going to lay down a rough sketch. I will start with a basic circle and then build the body of the apple from there. Notice that an apple is wider and more rounded at the top. I have started with my circle, but now I am narrowing the base to give it that natural elastic shape. Right here at the top where the stem goes, I'm going to draw it a small curve to create that inward dip. This marks the socket where the stem will sit. Now I'm going to draw a stem. I will add small twig attached to it. And along with the two leaves to give it the sketch more life. So for this I have decided I am drawing one leaf lying horizontally and another one positioned vertically with a slight curve. Notice how the vertically leaf overlap the bottom one and covering part of it. This adds really nice sense of. The outline is completed. So let's move on to the shading. I'm using just this one charcoal pencil for the entire apple. I will start with a light touch using a cross hatching technique, layering these cross lines to build up the texture. I have decided this part will be the highlight where the lights hits directly, so it's going to shine. Let's finish up hatching. I'm shading the rest of apple but leaving this specific area blank where the light hits. This will act as the natural highlight. Here I'm keeping pressure very light as I hatch section keep tone soft. In a charcoal drawing, using a light hand or low pressure is important because charcoal can get very dark very fast. We are almost there. Now I'll continue hatching the rest of apple using a regular pressure to fill the remaining areas. So this is completed now. Now I'm using blending stuff to soften this line. To make a apple look skin smooth, I'm using a paper stump to blend the charcoal. It's really helped in the fading those harsh lines. The best part about using a stump is that it's pick up the leftover charcoal, so you can use it to the shade very light areas without even using your pencil. Back to the pencil now, and this time I'm going in with the heavy pressure for the some dark hatching in the shadow areas. I'm drawing curved lines following the apple shape. Since the apple is round, this line curve downward to define its volume. In this section, I am applying more pressure to make it darker, and then I'm letting it fade out into the lighter tone as I'm move down. This creates a smooth gradient. I am adding short dark lines here at the base. I'm keeping the slope downward to match the apple structure, which really helps the ground the drawing. Make sure to keep areas where we didn't touch completely blank. These are the brightest highlight. Now I'm just adding some wearing dark lines, both long and shorts, to finish the texture. So moving to the next part. Now I'm darkening the bottom section to give it more weight. Once that's done, we'll move on to focus back to the middle part of the body to blend everything together. So I'm hatching from top down with these vertical lines. As I mentioned, I'm keeping the middle part light by using a very gentle touch. I have gradually darkened the sides, but notice how I left a little space on the very edge. That's for the reflection light, which makes apple look truly round. To better understanding the light and dark tone, I recommend that using the reference either a real apple or a high quality photo. It's keep you from getting confused and save a lot of time since you don't have to guess where the shadow fell. Use a reference photo. It's make a highlight and shadow easier to spot and helps to work much faster. By adjusting the pressure on this one pencil, I'm creating all my different shades. I press down the harder where I want those deep darks and keep it light, very light for the soften area. Now let's move on to the dark shading. Deepening the shadow is what really makes pencil sketch stand out. I'm adding dark hatching only where needed. We don't want to black out the whole things, just few key areas. I'm also using my finger to blend as I go for the soften look. And there we have it. We have almost finished the sketch. As you can see, the apple is really taking shape now with all those layers of shading. I'm really happy with how the contrast turned out. The dark tone really gave it that three-dimensional feel. As you can see, the highlights we left earlier are now really making the apple shine. Texture look quite realistic now, and thanks to the final curve and stroke we added. Remember, don't rush the blending. Takes your time to make those transactions smooth. If your drawing look flat, try deepening your shadow just a little bit more. And the secret to a good sketch isn't just a pencil, it's how you observe the light. I'm focusing on the core shadow, the darkest part of the apple, to give it width. Notice how the reflected light on the edge separates the apple from background. So I'm not overshading the stem. I have only added a bit of darkness at the base and keep the rest bright. This contrast makes it look like a light is hitting it directly. And for the leaves, I've just defined the center vein and the shape. I'm using my finger for the quick light blend to keep texture soft and natural without overcomplicating it. As you can see, by just one pencil and controlling the pressure, we have created a realistic 3D look. We focus on those dark hatching lines for the texture, left the highlights blank for the shine, and use a simple finger blend for the leaf and stem to keep things natural. I am layering my dark one last time to make sure the contrast is strong enough. Now for the magic touch, I am using eraser to lift off the some charcoal and create those sharp and bright highlights. And there we have it. Our 10-minute charcoal apple is now complete. So please give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe for the channel for the more 10 minutes art challenge and comment below what should I draw next. Thank you so much for the watching and keep sketching.